fields watching ODs, and when their lieutenant or when their supervisor says, "Hey man, what'd you do today?" "Oh sir, I was on my post." Yeah, you definitely were on your post.
Yeah.
Doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could pay either way.
And why I got you in this interview, I want to ask you another question. Did you ever notice that the Second Amendment said we have a right to bear arms, right?
Yes.
Okay. How come? What's your opinion on us? The Constitution saying we have the right to bear arms, but if somebody try to harm you, if you have a gun on you, you shoot them, you going to jail, right?
Right. You're supposed to call the police.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
Which they want you to call the police after the crime is committed.
Right.
After the crime is committed. So my thing is this, right? With that being said, do we have two governments? Because it seems like some states you're allowed to bear arms, like down south you're allowed to bear arms, correct?
Yeah.
And you're allowed to stand your ground law. But here in Maryland, there's no defense law. So do we got two governments? Right. Do we got multiple governments?
Wow, that's something to think about, bro.
Yeah, because remember back in the day, it used to be two presidents, the North and the South.
Right.
Yeah, so do we got multiple presidents? Or do we got multiple governments?
Slowly but surely going back to that point, and maybe it's slowly being done to see how the public is going to take it.
Let me say
embrace
this.
It.
Okay, so for instance, right, you down south, you can buy a gun down south. That's say going from West Virginia going down, right? You can go down there and buy a gun. But when you step up into Maryland, now that gun is illegal.
Right.
Do you need a license?
So my point is, if you get pulled over for speeding and happen to have your car searched, and now you have a gun, are you allowed to say, "Hey man, I bought this in West Virginia," and blah 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 blah?
Nope.
No, because you're now.
Yeah, but so what are we voting for? If don't they go to Virginia for votes? They go to every state when it's time for the president to get voted in, right? So how come if you can buy a gun in Virginia and then you step over into Maryland, then you in trouble? It's the same government.
Our Constitution needs to be updated. I don't care what they say. It is not 1812 no more, and shit has changed.
Yeah, but they can't do that. Let me tell you why they ain't gonna do it.
What?
Because if they update it, and it's not about a racial thing, well, then that whole concept of black people being 3/5 of a human, they will have to change all that around. And see, they want to keep certain things in play. That's how they control us.
You know what I call it? The good old boy network. Politics up there. They already know who's going to be president. They already know who's going to be vice president.
That's all a game.
It is.
Donald Trump was talking about when he was going